This is the folk heart motif. You can find it in 5x7 or 8x10. This is a 5x7 I'm showing you. It's much easier to do in an 8x10 as far as all these little lines, and gives you more chance to have variety in color. But I'm going to show you kind of a tonal version of this. So I'm going to take this motif and actually just put a wet on wet. So I'm going to squeeze a little bit of water. I'll put some color in it so you can kind of see where I've put that. I'm going to go around even over these little dots that I'll go in and define later. So I can see where I'm going. I'm going to put a little bit of that pink in there. Don't want too much because it'll start to leave deposits maybe where I don't want it. So being a folk heart, it is more of a flat, naturally flat motif. So I'm not going to put a lot of dimensional detail in it. It's more 2D, and I won't be putting shade and shadow in here. So now I'm going to try to, as evenly as possible, come around here and sort of spread this sunset color here. And I'm going to come in and fill in each of these dots so it doesn't have to be super perfect. Okay, so now I will let this dry and come back for round 2. So now my motif is fairly dry, so I'm going to go ahead. It's buckling a little bit, but that's okay. It'll be fine underneath glass, or you can always size your paper up if you want to. You can look on YouTube for that, or and some of these little designs are a little bit tricky, especially in the 5x7. So you have to have a steady hand. And you don't have to go over each and every one of these spaces. You could leave some of them in the muted color. And in my original design, come in here and do all of these with this hot pink. Well, it's really sunset. It's kind of a vibrant pink, and so I'll just continue to paint each of these little spots. You get the idea. And once I finish this, I'll go and put another different color in here so you can see what that looks like when it's layered. So, for instance, I may want to do that with these little stars up here. In this kit, I'm going to use Reef. This is my tropical set, so it's got this purple. I want to make sure I'm just getting the fine hairs at the end of that brush, and see it went over that pink quite nicely. And you would do the same thing with this. And got a few little places. So typically you really want to, unless you're turning your paper around, just move around your paper so that you're not going to put your hand in anything and mess up your design. So as we pop these colors into here, we're not thinking so much about how perfect or imperfect our background was. So you can keep that in mind if you're watching the whole video first before you get started. And I've got this little flower here, and this is just reef right out of the box, but on top of this sunset color, just like so. And then what I did over here, for instance, is to paint this, and then I painted the flower on the outside. Needed a little more water, but not too much. Like that. So we'll just move around the design doing the same thing, and I'm going to let a little bit of that dry so that it doesn't run as I'm working on it. Moving around. I'm going to hold my paper still here. So that's the bulk of it, and I'm not going to get too particular with the little ins and outs. I will go in and clean some of it up after it's completely dry, but I'm going to go ahead and start with the circles around the outside, and then aside from cleaning it up, I'll be done. So that's finished, and actually I like how it looks. I'm going to leave it alone for now, and this I kind of overworked a bit because I was struggling with that area, so I'm just going to kind of clean that up a little bit. So the key is to let it dry, and it's super cute. I would love to frame this and send it as a card as well.